Okay, so here's an update on your type form here in this issue. Okay, so a number of different issues here. Basically, um, after I spoke with Martin, we kind of talked about how long it's going to take to build out each option. And right now, I've built out two options, and yes, it took me 4 or 5 hours to build those two options, and now that I got them sorted, it wouldn't take me as long to do as many, but because the options are so vast and there's so many different variables, it's just going to take way too long, and I don't think Typeform can even support it. So let me show you what I mean. If I pick option A, I just want to buy one card, great. B, just want to buy one card. C, just want to buy one card. D, just want to buy one card. Those do not all go to the same questions. Now, they have to go to their own question sequence, unfortunately. So if I want to buy one card, here we go. But it's only the Life is Beautiful card. So I need this question duplicated 4 times for each individual card. Now question 5 is if I want to buy the Life is Beautiful card and I want to buy the Yeah Baby Blue card. But I would need that option because I could buy A and B, A and D, A and C, B and C, C and D. So I would need that option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 times, okay? About 6 times. So that's 6 additional questions where you have to manually put in the jump logic, which is a lot of work. And then what if I want to buy, A, B, and C together? I want to be B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, all of them. So those are all different options too, and those all need to be built in a type form. And that's just one category. You can imagine how that multiplies as we add, I want to buy a baby card, a wedding card, and an anniversary card. So you can imagine how the categories and the options that multiplies out in type form. And moral of the story here, it's too much. It's too much work. Typeform has already given me a warning of once you reach 100 fields, it's not going to work well. Having some trouble with the payment gateway coming up sometimes and not coming up other times, just based on an error. So now I have a different solution. So let's take a look at this. And this is maybe something you've tried already, or maybe it is not. I'm not totally sure. But let's look at your website here. Okay, so I built in a couple forms, changed a few things, just in one card, so you could just test it out basically. So if I'm going to buy a Life is Beautiful card, okay, so I select my postage stamp, I add to cart. Now this form is going to come up. Do you want to send the card on your behalf? So this is service 2. Well, the option for service 2. I can click no and use service 1 as usual. Great, add to cart. I'll fill in my shipping info. The card will be sent to me. All is well. How about if I want to use service 2? Great, I'll use service 2 for this card. Fill out the recipient's name, the message, choose the print, add to cart. Okay, great, that's added to cart. Now a few things. Let's go back for a second. Baby. Now, one thing is that we need to figure out somewhere to put here's what the handwritten messages look like in the 2 fonts so that people know. Because I can't put them in that form because unfortunately that form doesn't let me upload an image into it. So by that I mean I can't put them. I can put them there so people can see them, but I can't put them in here. So hopefully we can figure out a way around that that's best for people to see what the different options are for the handwritten message for the fonts, because I think that's really important. It gives people some added value, makes them feel like they can spend a little bit more on a card because you're taking that extra time. I think it's a great idea that way. So let's continue. Let's go to my cart. Okay, so I got 3 in my cart. Now, regardless of what kind of card they are, whether I chose option 1 or option 2, you can basically simplify this so that you're always taking in all the information. Okay, so just follow my train of logic here. I'm going to put in my email. Now shipping. Okay, if I want it to go to my recipient, I'm going to put in my recipient's name here because I'm going to go, oh, okay, shipping. I have, let's say I have all 3 cards. They're going to someone. You're sending them on my behalf. Then I'm going to put in my recipient's info. Now, where people are going to get confused is, let's say I buy one card that I want you to send and two cards that I want sent to me. So I'm going to go, shipping. Does it go to my recipient or not? Well, hopefully people, and you can, that's something I think you can test in a focus group. So hopefully people will say, okay, you know what? I have one card going to my recipients. I better put in my recipients to make sure they get that card. So I'll put my recipients info in. I think those are the fields that are needed. Yep. And I'll go to payment. I'll go, oh, okay, billing address. I can use the same as shipping address or the other. So basically, you can put in, I could put in my recipient up here in shipping and myself down here. Now, I don't know if you can edit these fields so you can show some instructions. I don't know if you can edit these fields to be custom. I know you can do some custom checkout options, which might help clarify this for people when they're buying cards. Or you could always do a little chat now plugin button here so that people can ask questions. And you can check how people fill this out in the focus group. But this solves basically all your problems in a lot simpler way, in my opinion, than the Typeform, because I think the Typeform is just, it's too big, it's too hard to do. Not even hard, it's just too big in general, too time consuming, too large, it's not going to run properly, it's not going to integrate well with your website. So, and that's my opinion from working through it over these last few hours here, the last couple days. So let's look at what you wanted though. You want to buy one card on service 1, you can definitely do that on your site, that's easy. Buy one card on service 2, you just have to fill out that form, that's also easy. Buy more than one card of a service type, easy. I could buy more than one card service 1, just fill out my shipping information, because more than one card goes in the cart. Here's where 4. 4 is where you're going to see people have problems. But will people, first question is, will people even buy cards of various service types? If I want you to send them on my behalf, why would I want you to send me them at all, a different one at all? So you kind of got to verify some of those assumptions and see what people think, I think. But buy more than one card of various service types, that's where you're going to have to play around a bit. Maybe do some custom fields in the shipping info, do some custom forms, maybe put some instructions in so people know, or a little chat button help people out, something like that to make it clear for people. But I think this fills everything you're looking for. I think it's a good start, a good way to test it out, especially for Saturday. And we can basically build out those forms across all these categories. So it's pretty easy to put that little short form into each of these categories. I think it does everything you need. Please point out any loopholes in it, any problems in it. Maybe you've looked at it before and it didn't work for a reason. Let me know. But Typeform, I don't think is your answer. I think get the website as good as you can functionality-wise right now. If you get the traction you're hoping to get, which I hope you guys get, then you know you go to a developer and say, listen, here's my backend right here. You know exactly what you want. It's all in your Typeform, which is fantastically done. The amount of work you put in here will not go to waste because you know exactly what you need from your developer to do in your backend. So that's great. So you'll be able to speak to that really well and clarify that, and I think this is a good start. So just let me know what you guys think. Post some feedback again, we can chat again, and we'll go from there.